past the mouth of the Coca, because the main trade route for them was up to Papayacta to Quito, whereas from here the main trade route was through the Pastaza Valley.
Okay, so
you have
it could be so. This could be a case. It would be interesting to see whether indeed Naku in the highlands is more a central feature, and Guna in the highlands is more a northern feature. That could explain this Bobanasa versus the rest difference. It would be interesting because it would give you another grip on the dialect differentiation possibly. Let me just finish this bit and then I'll show you just a bit of other material that I've been working on. So what's very interesting is, so here you can see that actually they fought together, you get Nu and they killed it, they got Naku. So there's no way that Naku is more reciprocal than Nu. I think it's really just an alternation, and actually the verb to be, you often get Kanu or some, or Anu, or what's it, pluralizing, Manau, for like that. So there's no way that in the to make the verb be a joint action verb is a bit weird. So in the lowlands, Naku really has become thoroughly grammaticalized as a plural marker, and this effect that you find, at least in these texts, between Naku and Nu as alternates, I think it's just this is kind of just the result of it becoming a grammaticalized form. It's just, and now and Nu are then the dominant forms here.
But any sense of why those are exclusive between Nu and Cochinchina, the three lower ones, Naku, why now only occurs in Tena and Naku and...
Well, I think that's you mean you could go from Naku to now, or you could go from Naku to Nu. I think that's just
historical.
Yeah, it's not really a major thing. I mean, this is the one that I find interesting, that this Una form has really survived in this, at least in these texts in this Bolognese form.
And what does, do you know what Lower Pastaza does?
They do Guna.
Guna.
And they have Naku. Yeah. Okay, what no, I mean, Landerman has, let me see if I can find it on my computer. Here's this case of Maka Naku Nahu.
Yeah.
So where he has, they hit each other. There's Maka Naku, which is the reciprocal.
Yeah.
And then he has Nahu as the plural. So he has Naku and Nahu in the same verb.
Yeah.
And really showing that Nahu has been the fully grammaticalized plural marker.
Yeah, but it is used as a plural.
Yeah.
There in the plural.
Yeah, it is used there as a plural. Yeah.
Which is interesting because it would be used, that's part of the Andoy speech book, but it's not part of the Gowanasa speech book.
Okay.
But what's just similar to.
Okay.
Anyway.
So Peter, the Una as a pluralizer, in Bobanaza you find 12 examples
Right.
of just Una and not used with the U, with the derivative U, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay. And that these are texts that are titled, I wonder.
They're 55, but
55.
I mean, the interesting thing is we were reading those texts yesterday, and she was confirming, she was not correcting.
Yeah.
So I was worried, I was interested because we were looking at them, and then Elisa would say, Chaita Chao, Chamoshkuno, or Rikushkuno. So I'm curious about that because it's weird, because it's not what we expect and stuff like that. And maybe it's on its way out, or you know.
And we're talking about Una as a verbal or noun plural.
No, this is the verbal. This is the verbal.
Just using as a verbal plural. Okay.
That's right. If you guys have any more time, or Okay, then let me do a bit more, but not PowerPoint now. Now I have to go to just let's see. Let me do just a bit of Word. Okay. So this is what one of the things I've been trying to do but haven't gotten very far yet with is to see, one of the questions that intrigues me is whether, sorry, what am I doing? I'm not sure I'm doing anything. That Salasaka and Tena have, so let me try to rephrase it. So in Ecuador on the whole, in the highlands, in the center of the highlands, which is to say Cotopaxi and Tungurahua, you get a lot of lenition. So a lot of te becoming de and ke becoming ge, and so the typically hard consonants of original Quechua become much slower and softer. Now, to some extent, that's pretty extreme in some varieties here, like Bobonasa and Tena, where you have this EB business, you have this Wa-Ba business, and to some extent, it suggests almost as if Salasaka, or I'm just giving you Salasaka as typical for the Cotopaxi Tungurahua area, as kind of having given that kind of impulse to that lenition. So that lenition is a shared feature between these different varieties, and there's more to it. So this is taking Or Risley. You've seen the Or Risley book. Just using those data. So you have Tena giving E, where Limukocha and Bobonasa have Hichana, Ichana, Hurti, Urti, Hanzi, Anzi, and then you have this weird word Vlocho, which becomes Fuchlu, and then you get Uglu, Uglu, Uglu. Ishta becomes Ishta in Salasaka, Ishta in Bobonasa, Ishta in Tena, and Fishta in Limoncocha. So this is where the F-G-I pattern starts emerging. Wixa is Ixa in Salasaka, Ixa in Tena, Wixa in Limoncocha and Bobonasa. Firu, or Hierro. Firu is Old Spanish, right? So we have Old Spanish has Fierro. It doesn't have Hierro, it has Fierro. So Firu becoming Firu, Iru, Firu. Kawitu for Kama, Hutu, Itu, Hutu. That's not a word in the Highlands. Uyarina, of course, Iyarina here, but then Uyarina, and this place that we're at is called Iyarina, of course. Aswa, Suwa, Asa, Asuwa, Asa, Asuwa, Kan, and then you get Kanja, so this Je everywhere except for Limoncocha, etc., etc. So we get quite a bit of, I mean, what I'm trying to point out to you is that there's a number of these E's here in Salasaka are very much like the E's here in Tena, in a very particular context, suggesting that, and that's really Salasaka. That's not, it's quite a. So in that sense, I was trying to think maybe there is more. We also see it here, so we get this IE business, chai and chi. Here, or they are slightly inconsequential because we get E for both Bobonasa, GP for both Bobonasa and Tena, but we get chai for chai and Bobonasa. I think there's more variation here, probably. This is also what you guys are pointing out, I understand from the talk. then we get this very interesting pattern, which is purely purely lowland, this Ruya business. So you had Ruya, Yura for white, and Yarka, Raika, Yarka. So you have this very interesting Rai alternation, and then you have some other cases where, let me,
For Yarka, you mean like Yarkani? Like
Yeah.
I'm hungry?
yeah, Raikani,
Huh.
Raika. That's just purely lowland.
So, if you were to summarize from that chart,
Yeah.
you were between these four dialects of Salasaka, Bobonasa, Tena,
Yeah, Salsak and Tena seem to be the hermanos.
and Salasaka and Tena.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what's really an interesting thing to me because it puts, for one thing, it means that Tena is probably a Salasaka is on the Pastasa headwater, so they probably that links Tena to
Pastasa,
Pastasa.
yeah.
But what it's interesting is that it seems to link it even more closely than Bobonasa. But why is that? That's what we don't know.
No, I don't know.
It's curious thing.
Curious, yeah. So it
But-
could also be that what she calls Bobonasa is not what's now Bobonasa. It's very. I mean, there's quite a bit of discrepancy what she calls Bobonasa and what Oberlin calls Bobonasa and what Eloisa calls Bobonasa.
Well, what Carolyn's Bobonasa comes from is really Puyo Pongo, right? Which is not on the Bobonasa. So, and that's where this.
Okay, so it's not really.
It's quite a bit distant from the Elisa.
Mhm.
The Elisa is
And that's where they did a brief. I mean, they did a survey on the Bobonasa to kind of see how similar they thought, but most of the data I think was collected in Puyo Pongo, almost all of it.
Just a bit more.
Sure.
Okay.
So on that chart, I'm still that struck me as a similarity between Tena and Salasaka.
That's right.
But are there similarities? I couldn't look at it long enough to see what the
Yeah.
similarities between the Napo and Bobonasa. No,
Sunapa would be Limoncocha.
Limoncocha. Yeah, between Limoncocha.
Well,
and
they would together often be more conservative. The trouble is with, you see, if you're doing historical linguistics, it's the changes that are interesting. It's the things that have remained the same are not so interesting.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that in terms of the changes, you can see similarities in the changes between Salasaka and
That's the most innovative part.
Yeah.
That's where they're weirdest together with
Yeah.
respect to other Ecuadorian varieties.
yeah.
Because, I mean, Ishta for Fista is pretty amazing. And Iro for Iro and all these other, things like that. So,
And the one other question I have, I wish we had that chart.
well, I can
It would be
Oh. interesting
interesting to have the southern pastasa, the Andos pastasa.
oh, in there, yeah.
Because-
I see, it's on the internet, but I've only had, of course, very sporadic.
Because the
access.
question there is whether there would be
Oh,
some
yeah.
of those similarities with Salasaka
Yeah, so this
and
is
Tena.
homework for me, but I was thinking that I would start doing it, and I would just wanted to show the students the type of reasoning that you could employ to start doing this type of work. I want to show one more thing, if I can.
Very good.
So this is based on this text, and so what you see here is actually how the k or g gentive combines in how it's used in the text. So actually this Rimi is only in Bobanasa, nowhere else. You know, P, and then this is different subject, P and B, 25 cases, and this is the same this is what I mentioned, you know, that P is used as the same subject marker, 15 out of 40 cases here. This is, I think none of that is very interesting. Let me, yeah, question? No, I mean, some of these are just spurious results. It's just that, okay, here we go for the Nga cases. So, Ngawang, and then a verb with Ngapa or Ngawa, very much in Limoncoche. Ngapa Rauni only twice in this whole data set. Ngarini once, and then Urgam. So in fact, I was surprised at the limited amount. How is this? Oh, actually, it is doing something.
Really would be very interesting to have Salasacos on that chart too.
Yeah, but I would have corpus data. I do have corpus data at home, but I don't have it. This is the. Let me get this for you. The different suffixes and the way they're used. So we see, actually, contrary to what I said before, quite a bit of inchoative re in this data. So Z is more often used in the sense, and medial is less used, except this is for Limoncoche, but here it's the opposite. So here you see that in Bobonas and Tena, the medial re is the strong one, which is the one that we find in the Sierra also. So what I was saying about Z being marginal as an inchoative doesn't hold for Limoncoche. Chi is not, it's all over the place. Ya, hu, mu, was used sometimes, bas used. It's not so, this is not so great. But,
what does the Ra mean?
Ra is, oh yeah, this is an interesting question. Now, U, the progressive marker, is very common, of course, in Bobonas and Tena, Puriuni, and almost its equivalent, that's why I put them together, in Limoncoche data is Ra. And Ra is a suffix in Quechua, which is like in Cusco, I could say, if I'm really staring at you in an embarrassing way, I would say Riku Rayani, and